Okay, today I'm gonna be making a really easy dish. It's quinoa with mushrooms and arugula topped with pistachios. This is so tasty and so easy. If you can't tell from my other videos, I like to make really easy things. I don't like to use a lot of ingredients. I just like to keep it pretty simple, but you know, a lot of flavor. So I love quinoa. You can eat it obviously just as a main dish or as a side. It's gonna be a side for me tonight. I'm gonna be making some salmon, which I'll probably film in a different video, so you can keep an eye out for that if you're interested. It's gonna be baked salmon topped with tomato and lemon, thyme, parsley, and just baked in the oven. It's really simple and good. But this is delicious. This quinoa is just boiled like it normally would be, and then I saute a shallot and mushrooms in butter, and then once the quinoa is all done, I mix that all together. I just take some arugula, crush it up with my hands or tear it with my hands and mix it up in there. Some lemon juice, lemon zest, and then topped with pistachios to give it a little crunch. It is so good and really easy. It'll take you 15 minutes maybe total for all of this, 15-20 minutes if you want to let the quinoa sit for a little bit. So I'm going to show you how I do it. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the quinoa and I am going to cook it just like the way it says on the back of the package. So usually you just boil, combine the liquid, which I always do with chicken stock. I prefer chicken stock when I'm cooking grains. If it's quinoa, rice, barley, whatever you like to eat. I always use chicken stock instead of water. You don't have to, it just gives a little extra flavor. So if you don't have chicken stock or you don't want to use it, just do water. So I'm gonna put this to a boil, and then I'll come back. I'm gonna chop the mushrooms and the shallot, and I'm gonna get that going in the pan. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I wanted to show you here. What I've done is I have chopped the shallot and the mushrooms. I just cut the mushrooms just into strips, and that's all that's in there with a tablespoon of butter. And then I added just the tiniest, about a teaspoon of olive oil, just because the shallots kind of soaked up all the butter before I got the mushrooms in there. But you're just gonna let that cook till it gets softened, just a few minutes. And then over here I have my quinoa going. So I just put in the pot 1 cup of quinoa and 2 cups of chicken stock, brought it to a boil. Once it came to boil, I reduced it to simmer, and it's gonna simmer for 15 minutes. So I'm just gonna keep an eye on everything, and I'll be right back. Finished with my mushrooms. They only took just a few minutes, and you'll be able to tell the mushrooms get a little brown, obviously, and so will the shallots. And then they kind of release a little bit of water too, so a little bit of moisture will kind of come together in the pan. So that's when you kind of know that the mushrooms are done. You don't want to overcook them, so you don't want them to be soggy and fall apart. You still want to have like a little bit of a bite to it. So just a few minutes is all it takes. But my quinoa is still cooking. So what I'm gonna do is just very easily, I'm just going to zest my lemon so that I have it ready to go. I have a bowl, I'm gonna put my quinoa in there, and then just mix up some arugula, and then I'm gonna chop some pistachios. And I have shelled pistachios here just because I buy those because they're cheaper. It only takes a few minutes. So you can just pull them out of the shell, and I'm just going to give them a rough little chop. And you can use as much as you want. I'd say it's about 3 tablespoons, but just as much as you want. I just like some crunch on top. It's really good. So that's what I'm going to do. And then by the time I'm done with that, my arugula should be done. Not my arugula, I keep saying that. My quinoa should be done. And then we're just gonna mix it all up. And it's really good. And it's good cold too. I like it better warm, but you can eat it cold. You can do that. It's good as a salad the next day. You can add even a little bit more arugula and some more lemon juice. That's really good. I have added balsamic on top before, and I love to add goat cheese. So a lot of times I do that too. I'll add goat cheese especially when it's all warm. The goat cheese kind of melts. It's really good on top. And sun-dried tomatoes, that's really good too. So it's a really easy dish. If you even just make the quinoa, mushrooms, or leave out the mushrooms if you don't like it. Just, you know, cook up some onion and some kind of green, or I like arugula best, but you know, you could do spinach mixed up in there, that would be good. Maybe some baby kale, but I really like arugula. And then I'm gonna do just salt and pepper on everything on top. I wait until the end to salt and pepper everything. And that's just to your liking. I like making really easy things, like I said. Is this overly complicated or too many dishes to wash? I'm not really interested. So yeah, I'm just gonna chop these up and zest my lemon, and then I'll show you how I put everything together. That's it, just kind of a rough chop. I like some, you know, I like it to kind of be mixed up, some bigger pieces, some smaller pieces. And then I'm going to zest my lemon. I zest the whole thing. I love lemon. If you don't have a zester, you could use, you can have like a box grater. Usually there's a side that kind of has, you know, smaller like blades or whatever that you could do this on. Or if you just don't have that, then just do the lemon juice. You just cut it. All right, my quinoa's done. I poured it into this bowl here, and then I have my mushrooms. They're all done too. You can see the liquid that I was talking about in there. It's just kind of brown, and you can see that the, you know, mushrooms and the shallot got nice and brown. So all I'm gonna do is basically mix everything together. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take some arugula. I can get this package open. It's a new package. Opened it yet? Okay, so I'm just gonna take a handful. You can take as much as you want. I'm gonna take a good handful. It's about a cup and a half. And I'm just gonna tear it with my hands. I mean, you can chop it if you want, but why, you know, why dirty the cutting board anymore? So that's it. Just chop it in there, or, you know, mix it up in there. And then I'm gonna take the mushrooms, mix it all in. Okay. Then what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna take a good bit of salt and black pepper. Then I'm going to take my lemon zest and put that all in there. So again, that was the zest of a whole lemon. And then I'm going to juice a whole lemon as well. That one and this one. Working kind of fast because my camera just died and I'm charged it enough just to finish this, of course. So now all you're gonna do is just lightly mix this up. You want to be careful with arugula because it can really make a mess, and if you mix it too much, then it kind of sticks together. So you just want to kind of fluff it all. Actually, as I say that, what I'm going to do is get a fork instead and just kind of fluff it all together. Okay. And then you just top it with the pistachios. There you have it. There is the arugula with, or the quinoa with arugula, mushrooms, and pistachios. I hope you try it, and if you do, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.